Horsepower Feed supports racing broadcast so that you can enjoy the game. We're here at the press conference for the Invitation Cup weekend, joined by the superstar of Indian racing, and he's ready to talk to us. Suraj, let's start by talking about the Sprinters Cup, what you ride and how you think this race will be run.
Hi Neil, I'm riding Maggioletto in the Sprinters Cup. I think he's going to run a hell of a race. He was very, very impressive in the SC Gen Sprinters Cup at Bombay. And I think it'll be a cracking sort of a race. Fantastic horses from all over the country are running. I think Siege Perilous and Ascovel, they'll be my main dangers, I think so. And hopefully, with the luck of the race, I hope to make it.
Now, you've ridden Maggioletto only once. He's also front runner, like Time and Tide. Do you think that there's going to be any pace cut up in the front?
Definitely, it's a Sprinters Cup. There is going to be cut up for pace. Unfortunately, I'm drawn a bit wide, so it's going to take a little bit of toll on him to go to the front. If he can get there, nothing like it. But if he can't, then we'll have no choice but to sit and make the run. Having said that, I think even though I rode him only once, he was quite impressive. He definitely has the class to make it to the Sprinters Cup.
Now, can you share a word about his young trainer, Aman Hussain? Fabulous for him to have a Sprinters Cup nominee in his first year in training.
Obviously, I'm really happy for Aman. I mean, he's done a fantastic job with whatever horses he's got. Unfortunately, the way he had to start off was not very good for all of us. But I'm very, very happy to see him doing well. He's maintained the horses and his horses look good. And I was very happy to win his first graded race. Young boy who wants to learn, he's always looking for advices from the seniors. And I'm sure in near future, he's going to be one of the top trainers.
Wouldn't it be fantastic if he could win it and dedicate this to Altaf?
Definitely. I would be so happy for him to win it for him, for his family and for his dad, obviously. Yeah.
Let's now discuss the stayers. One race that you don't have a ride in, but I'm still going to ask you and put you on the spot because, I mean, you are one of the most knowledgeable people in racing. Yash versus Trevor, is that basically where it is? Diff versus 3rd Avenue?
Yes, definitely. I think the race is between these two horses, Diff and 3rd Avenue. I think Diff definitely has the edge. He's seen a lot of class. He's run some fantastic races recently. He's just got beat to one of the top fillies in the country. He's beaten a very good horse in Shamrock in the Chennai Derby, so I know he's got real class. 3rd Avenue, definitely his last start was very good, very impressive. I'd be happy if Yash could win. As a brother, I want him to win, but it's going to be a tough ask if he can beat Diff.
Do you think Yash's riding has got so much more confidence after the Indian Derby? I think he's riding fabulous races.
Well, he's always been a fantastic rider. You know, all the jockeys, they do need that opportunity to get onto the good horses. And once that happens, then people take a notice of that. And that's luckily happened with Enabler. He's won the Pune Derby and he's won the Indian Derby. I always believed he's easily in the top 3 riders in the country. And I'm glad that he's doing well. And I hope he keeps pushing it further.
The Suresh Mahindra Multimillion is run every year in honour and in memory of a breeder who was far ahead of his times. He owned the Broadacres stud farm in Bangalore, which has been an existing landmark and a functioning stud farm since 1952. This last year was the most difficult time in the history of the farm. It lost one of its 2 stallions, the stalwart What's the Script, and continues to hold fast against the Bangalore Development Authority, which seeks to acquire this green lung space. The entire farm is facing these setbacks and legal battles with a stoic resolve. For now, the yearlings have been moved to the Lumbini stud farm, where the infrastructure and paddocks have been restored. While the breeding operations continue at Broadacres, with resident stallion Western Aristocrat in full earnest. One thing I can assure you is that their zest for breeding and racing has not diminished in the least, and that they look forward to continuing the family's legacy with another fabulous running of the Suresh Mahindra Multi-Million Cup, where a new 7-furlong national champion will be crowned. Lovely, let's move on to the Sunday. Let's start off with the Suresh Mahindra. Shamrock, I mean, we didn't think he would run this race, but obviously you guys figured that this was the easier race for him compared to the mile.
Yes, I mean, all the horses deserve an equal chance to win their races. We felt Shamrock was at his best at 7 and a mile, and at the mile there were a few tough horses to run. He's been doing really well over the shorter trips now, so it was a hard decision, but I think it is a correct decision that we moved him to the Suresh Mahindra Multi-Million.
Now, who do you think your main dangers are going to be in this race?
I think it's a very open race. So I would not particular pinpoint any horses. There are very good horses there. A lot of horses I'm giving weight to in, like, say, Moon's Blessings and horses like that who have been very consistent, good horses. So it is going to be a tough race. It's not going to be easy for Shamrock. But having said that, I think he's in top form, top order, worked brilliantly. I think he'll definitely put up a great show.
Did you know you won more Suresh Mahindras than any other current jockey in the game?
Well, I'm not very sure, but I know I won about 4 or 5 Suresh Mahindra Multi-Millions. So I think it's one of my lucky races, and I hope the trend continues this year as well.
Let's get into the major PK Mehra Super Mile. Star is born. You guys were really contemplating running him in the invitation, weren't you?
Yes, it was. We did have our thoughts to put him in the Invitation Cup, and especially after the mock race that he did the other day. He's taken a liking to the Calcutta track. He's always performed brilliantly here. I think he's in the best form of his life just now. But we stuck to Plan A, and our target was all the way the Super Mile from day one. So we just kind of put our head into it, and we said no changes at the last minute. And obviously, Dr. Cyrus Punawala sir, he also wanted to run the Super Mile, and we stuck by his decision as well. And I think it's his pet distance, and he's brilliant at that distance.
Again, you are the reigning champion at this center. You won it last time that was run here with Who Makes the Rules. Tell us what it takes as a jockey to win a race like this.
Well, obviously, you need a good horse first. You know, without the horse, you can't win any race. And when you find a horse like A Star Is Born, it makes things a little easier. It's most of the times it's about the jockey blending in with the horse rather than making the horse do what you want. So use that as your strength. And I think since I know most of these horses really well, I think I know their pluses and minuses. So that really helps a lot, and keep them focused during the race and try and utilize their strength to the maximum.
It's pretty obvious in this mile that Naughty Charmer is probably going to be, using the tactics that helped him win so many races in Bangalore and in Chennai. You know that horse real well. Is there a particular point at which you're going to say, look, I've got to go for him now in the race?
As I said, I have to ride to my horse's strength rather than riding to other horse's weaknesses or strengths. So I'm going to ride him the way I've always ridden him. That's his best style of running, and he does cover a lot of ground into the straight. So I'm hoping that he will do that again. But having said that, yes, we have to keep an eye on Naughty Charmer and see to it that he's not tearing off from us.
Let's come on to the big one, the invitation. First, what finally made your decision to ride Synthesis? I know that, everyone knows that you were riding all three, working all three, tough choice. What tilted the scale in Synthesis's favor?
Well, no doubt that was the most difficult choice to choose one, but unfortunately I can be only on one horse. I can't ride two. Otherwise, I would definitely put my one leg here and one other leg there. But having said that, it was a tough call, but the thing that probably tilted me towards riding Synthesis was the Indian Derby performance, because from his not so very good in the Ruya to a brave performance in the Indian Derby, it was a good jump. And since when he's come to Calcutta, he's really enjoyed his training pattern here. He's liked the weather, the course. He's had a fantastic preparation since coming here, and I think he has peaked at the right time. for this race, and I think he's in absolutely brilliant form. He couldn't be any better. It's going to be it's going to take a tough horse really to get him beat, you know.
Well, Suraj Narredu, thank you so much for your time. We wish you the absolute very best for this invitation.
Thank you so much.